Hello, it's Jang here with a look at a LEGO Ideas set. This is simply called Birds. It comes with 580 pieces. From one set, you build all 3 of these birds. And this whole thing really speaks to me because as a young kid, the first thing I ever wanted to be when I grew up was an ornithologist. I spent not hours, not days, not weeks, probably months of my life bird watching, learning about their behaviors, watching their life cycles, finding out that they actually have language, some of them. So a realistically styled LEGO bird set is right up my alley. Let's look at this one first. It's a blue jay. This one has the most complex and interesting build, in my opinion. I actually don't get blue jays in my area. I live on the west coast of the United States, and we mostly have scrub jays and some Stellar's jays out on this side. So just a little bit of difference, a little bit of lack of familiarity. I have seen at least a couple of these in my life, but they're not common. I've seen plenty of pictures of them though, and this is a nice representation of one. Obviously, without creating new pieces, you're not going to get it perfect. You're not going to get it as smooth and round as a real bird or as fuzzy, but all of the important things here, all of the defining characteristics are present, including even the line behind the eye. This is built in many different directions, so you'll see studs on top right here, and also odd width building here with the jumpers down below. You've got studs on the side back here and all sorts of different stuff going on around the body. The wings are attached almost in a cheat sort of method. It's completely legitimate, but they used the newer ball joint pieces. You can see it right down in there, the smaller ball joint, which allows you to put things at any angle you want pretty much, and it's perfect. I could not have done that any better. This is really nice, beautiful design. Again, for just trying to capture all of the essence, all of the important characteristics that you want to see in the overall coloration and the shape, and the shapes of those color splotches. On the underside, you see that they went into some upside down building, so lots of just a whole upside down assembly here, and the legs are approximated pretty nicely. Well, you don't get any toes there or anything, but it makes it very stable. And you can see just inside just a little bit of the building, and the use of the bar and clip piece to just turn the direction of building very quickly and easily. This is nicely done, and it also comes on a nice stand. Each of the birds gets this style of stand, and they've got the nameplate there with the official Latin name for the species, and the perch just ends with an axle, and you just toss that right down into the hole so you can change the direction of the bird to pose it however you want on your shelf. This is a hummingbird display. Specifically, it's a green-violet ear. No, I did not know that already. It's actually covered in the book, but this is kind of 2 models here, the bird and then the flower. So let's cover the bird first. Because yes, the bird is the word. Look at those wings, all upside down building, a bunch of the same piece used over and over again. It's really good effect. I like that. I think it looks right. Got good shaping there. The tough thing about this one is the head. Hummingbird heads are so small, it's difficult to work with the resolution of LEGO pieces, and I feel like this is an admirable attempt at it. This particular bird also should have a curved beak, but we don't have any pieces in LEGO that would have been thin enough and had just a subtle enough curve. Would have been fantastic. Would have been a tube used here instead if only LEGO had a little mini peg-sized bar, something that's like a bar that could put in the ends to represent the tongue that comes out there. Again, it's tough to get enough detail in that head, but everything recognizable is there. Tried to kind of smooth out the neck there with this piece that can actually be repositioned. The entire thing can be rotated on its base just like the others, and they used a clear stem this time to hold this one up. I actually like that better, but it doesn't work with the heavier models. This is the lightest of the three. And there's actually a bit of interaction between the bird and the flower. The flower can be turned around a bit to change its orientation, but the bird, watch this, you can actually come up to this and you can turn the head down, so you can come up with its head up, can look down, and then the whole bird can just lean down like that to actually get in there. So that is a nice posing option, and I feel it really adds a lot to the charm of the model. The flower now had me stumped. Very beautiful use of the dark green pieces for the stem down here. It's not trying to look like it's coming out of the ground, it's just, you know, you're just seeing that. Yeah, that's kind of like the photograph that was taken here, but they just integrated it into the base, and I think that's fine how that's done. But 8 petals here. Well, not in my childhood, but in my teens to early adult life, I studied plant biology. So I looked at this with a keen eye. I could not figure it out. 8 petals, what is it supposed to be? Then I realized in the instruction manual, they show what it's supposed to be. Something with 5 petals, a mallow. It's supposed to be a hibiscus. That is not a hibiscus. Looks pretty, looks nice in the display, but for a display that has a Latin name attached to it, you would expect all of the species represented to be representative. Nerding out aside, it's still a beautiful display. Last up is a European robin, and perching birds like this, of this body shape, are probably the easiest to approximate in Lego, because you can really just build up from a solid core, and this thing does have a very solid core. You can just keep building from all sides, and eventually you'll get to a shape that is pretty close. But I feel like they didn't cut any corners here. I feel like they didn't go an easy route with anything. There are some advanced techniques used here, and I especially like what's been done for the wings and the tail, because those are nicely offset, and the distribution of colors is good. The selection of colors leaves me with a ruffled brow, because this should not be red. It really should not be red. Robins do change their plumage, the pigmentation, the level of pigmentation from season to season. In the winter time, they will get to a lighter color, and in the spring and early summer, they will get to a much more red color for the males, but it's still a more red version of orange. And in the wintertime, it's a more pale version of orange. I do not understand the decision to go with red here at all. In fact, if you look in the instruction manual where they show an actual photograph of the bird, the way that this one is finished, this photo, actually looks yellowish, like a yellowish orange, so that's even farther away from red. I'm pretty certain that all of the pieces that are used here in red are also available already in orange, so I don't know, that'll just remain a mystery for me. Other than that, it's good. There's nothing else that I can say should have been done better in any way. It's really got a nice shape. I like how a little bit of foot detail is included there, how they got the legs to be shaped. It's actually held from an axle underneath, just kind of cheating a little bit just for structure, which is completely fine. And yeah, again, the shaping is very good. Packaging for LEGO Ideas sets is always phenomenal, but this is even a cut above their norm. The wood grain on here and the green on the sides, the very natural motif of it, the use of watercolors in the backgrounds just to help set the scene even further. The way that they kind of made them look like they're tacked up. It really looks like this is something from and or for enthusiasts. I could see this easily being in many different types of stores. I could see this being in the gift shop of a natural history museum. I could see it at a Cost Plus Pier 1 or a Crate and Barrel. This is just so classy. Look at these faux clasps on the side. Those are just printed on there, but this is exceptionally nice. And there's a look at the back that shows you those photographs of the actual birds and also gives you a little idea of where you would find them in the real world. The same motif is carried over to the instruction booklets, and they do divide the parts in this set by model. So you don't have to sort through all of the parts at once. They do separate them into a maximum of a couple bags per bird. And within each of these instruction sheets, you will learn a little bit, of course, about the original ideator of the idea and some quotes from him. Many thanks to him for what he has enabled here, because a lot of folks are going to enjoy this because of his work and because of all the folks who supported him. And you also get some tidbits about that particular bird that is built in that book. And they do it in a few languages, and then you just go through your regular building process. Some advertisements at the end for ideas on the whole and for some other ideas models. Now in this review, I allowed myself to be critical of some specific points on these things because I've actually studied them and had quite a lot of passion for them. The critique is intended with respect, as from one colleague to another. And the points of my critique were very, very small and insignificant and don't take away from the beauty and wonder of this set. I personally feel this is the nicest looking LEGO Ideas set to make it to market to date. I am certain it will have the broadest appeal by far of any of them that have made it to market to date. It's great to see another original thing. It's great to see, something that's not from a license that already exists out there. It's great to see something more from nature. The presentation is beautiful from package to instructions to finished model. And for folks like me who know the details here, if we want to change out the red on the robin for orange, we can do it. It's very simple, and it's because of all the work that went into bringing us these models that it is easy. We can just go in and pull off those parts and change them. If we don't like the 5-petaled hibiscus there, that can easily be fixed. It's all LEGO. Even though it is now an official set, there's still nothing wrong with changing it to your own tastes. Even without any changes, exactly as it is here, this is just purely a wonderful, positive, great thing. And I so hope that we'll get more sets like this with this kind of heart and soul behind them passed through the LEGO Ideas system. Or if we could get them from LEGO directly, that would be great too. So I hope that you enjoyed this look at this set. I certainly enjoyed going through it, and I hope that if you have any thoughts about this set that you would like to share with myself and with other viewers, that you will take to the comment section. Please do leave respectful feedback. I've got many more videos to bring to you, so I'll be talking to you again very soon.